All right, I'm going to do one more quick today. This one is actually made by Block Toys. I got this one off of Temu, cheaper set. It's a Ford Mustang, looks like, kind of a set. Not sure on how many pieces, or how complicated this one's going to be. So you guys get to learn with me on this one. Well, that's it. Instructions are going to be fun here. All right. Well, let's get started. Looks like I get one bag. All the pieces together. Let's get these out. Hopefully we don't drop a bunch of them on the floor. Alrighty. So, just quick look. Pieces are comparable with Lego. These like same size. Quality looks about the same. And alright, let's get started. Looks like step one, we're going to start with a couple of 2x4 flat plates and a couple of 1x4. Alright, 2x4s. This side will be a good comparison on some of the off-brand Lego set or building block sets that you can buy that are like the Lego blocks, but not Lego brand. Alright, so it looks like these are going to go. Back side, we're going to attach all four of the 1x4s. Another 2x4 on the other side. Flip it over, 2x6. Hooked onto that side, the other side. Need a 1x2 in the center, or 2x2 in the center. And then two of the 90s going out. Like so. Flip it over. Top side here. Two more, those 1x4s that only have the two studs on top. And need a couple of the 2x2 red blocks that only have two studs on top, not four. 1 and 2. One of those on each side. 1x4s on there. Alright. Now on the back side here, like we need two more of those 2x2 red plates. One on each side. Where is my other one? This is one of the nice things with Lego where they give you all the parts in smaller bags, so easier to sort through all your pieces. All right, so might have an issue right off the bat here. Got a lot of 2x2 smooth ones. Oh, there it is. Okay, got that one on. Then on the back side of both of those, black 1x2s that have a single stud on top. These are going to attach to where they're sticking out like that. One. All right, oh, there's the other one. Put one on the other side. Good to go. Did drop one piece, pick that up. All right. Now we need 6. The 1x2s. Now this little T coming off the side of it. And attach those in. There'll be 3 on each side here. All right. We have 3 for one side. And 3 for the other side. Okay, so on top of those, we're going to do 2 smooth 1x2 reds, 2 smooth 1x1 reds. We're going to lock all those together. Then the single up on the front. Another 1x1 and a 1x2. There's a 1x2. Lock that on. And we'll smooth 1x1. There we go. Okay. All right. Now we need a 2x4 and 2 of the 90 plates. The 90s. Here we go. Up here on this side. 90s pointing out. And then the 2x4 clipping in the center. So, keep everything locked together there. All right. 2x6 gray, 2x4 black. I'm going to go centered on it, both directions. And then 4 90s coming off of that. All right, we got the 4 90s coming off, attached like so. And we need 2 of the 1x2s with the hole. And a 1x6. I'm going to the front side. Attach all that together. Now this whole part like goes on, attaches on to the back. There you go. So the opposite side that we did the 290s with the 2x4 part. I'm going to flip it. On top here, we need 2 2x3s. I'm just going to lock in right on top where the axles are, just in front of that. We can do the two 190s. These are going to attach. There, and then a 1x2 with a single stud on top and the center. All right, so on the very back, we have 3 of the 1x2 downward 90s. There's 1, 2, and 3. These are going to attach across the back. Looks like the 1x6 goes underneath first, and then the 90s go on top. There you go. All right, the 90s. And next, made 4 of the gray sleeves. These are going to go onto the outside studs. These are going to act like the exhaust. There's 2 of them. Three and 4 down the center. Like we got 2 of the 1x1 kind of 90 shaped pieces like that. I'm going to go on in between those. Find my second one. There we go. And those are going to open up towards the center. That way, you can see there they got the flat parts following down the exhaust side, open in the middle. Now, put that off to the side. Need a 4x6 plate, a 1x6, and 2 smooth 1x3s. So 1x6 on one side, 2 smooth 1x3s are going to go in one stud on each side. There we go. Alright, on top of that 1x6, we need a 1x2 centered, and then 2 smooth 1x1s. And one more around here real quick. Alright. This is kind of a pain digging through so many pieces, but being a cheaper set, I think this whole set, I think cost me $7 or $8 plus shipping off of Temu. So price wise, way cheaper than the traditional Lego sets, and you pay for that difference. I mean, there's compromises in what you're getting compared to the traditional Lego brand set compared to an offering set like this. All right, so that part will attach onto the front. You'll need 2 1x1 with the upward 90s, with the 2 pegs on the side. And 4 of the 1x2 with 4 pegs on the side. All right, 1. There we go. All right, so the 1x1s are going to go on the front. Let's see, by our smooth part here, looks like they go 1 peg back. Now I'm actually going to change this up a little bit just because this isn't attached very well together I'm going to put the single pin on the back, and then the double pin I'm going to attach onto the front, which will help tie those together. And it's not going to make any difference because I still got the 3 going up on the side like they want in the instructions. This is one of those things that you just kind of do in your head. Sometimes you can change it up. Sometimes you gotta go exactly like it says. All right, so the other ones go on the back. We got like so, right over those smooth red plates. Now, push that down. So if we look at all these, yeah, so they're all good. You got them all in the correct places. Next step looks like gear shift. We need a 1x1 round, and then a 1x2 oval block. There you go. Put that on, and then so the 1x1 will be on the bottom. Gear shift will go through the top, down into that same hole. There's the 1x1 on the bottom. And then that clips on to that single stud centered on the back there. So, okay, next step, we need our front 1x2s with the holes for the axle. And then 4 1x1 round. Oh, 8 1x1 round. So we're going to put clip 2 together, put them on each. One stack in front and behind of both of those gray 1x2 blocks. Good. Nice set. All right. Get those together. Now we need 2 2x3 blocks. These are going to attach on. Looks like right behind the yellow blocks there. The one on each side. That's good because that helps tie some of that together a little bit better there too. And then on the back side, we need 4 more of those yellow studs. 2 stacks of 2. These are going to go in front of the gray 1x2 blocks on the back. All right. Like so. Moving on. All right. 2x6 flat plate on the front. Right here. Now we're going to flip this around. Now we're working on the back side here. Need a 2 1x4 blocks. One of them is going to go centered behind the gear shift there. And the other one is going to go on the front here. And be towards this side. Like that, leaving 2 blocks, and then those 2 blocks are going to have clear 1x1 wedges. And you're going to go into those. Now one of them, I'm going to find the second one. Got it. Got that attached. All right, now the center holes here. One of the bottom half of the hinge blocks. Let's see, there's the top half. There's the bottom half. Put that one on. And next to that, we need another 2x3 plate. All right, go. Now we need one of the 2x2 top half of the hinge pieces right here. Get the hinge on the side. This top, you need a 1x2 smooth black plate. Alright, find a smooth one. There we go. Below that, need 2 round, looks like gray little plates. Good, and this will attach onto that bottom half of the hinge plate. And that folds down like so. A little bit of an angle on it. And there you go. It's all set. Okay, next step on the very front, up here in the engine compartment. 2 black wedges. You're going to point towards the center. And in front of that, 2 more are the bottom half of the hinges. Let's see, there's 1. And there's 2. You're going to go on there. These are going on so that the hinges go towards the outside. So when you put the piece on, it'll fold out. Okay. This is the ×2, so we need the top half of the hinge. There we go. 2 1x3 blue pieces. Put one of those on each one so that they're on each end. And on top of that, center, need a smooth 1x1 gray block. And then on each end, 1x1 block, got a rounded edge on one side, smooth edge on the other. So, gives you a great oval shape on there. Make sure they're straight. Get the other one. All right, find my last piece here. This is one of those sets that could be good for you to take some time and sort the pieces before you start building it. I don't usually do that. It's just the way I do it. Sometimes it does take me a little longer to put them together just because I am doing this and digging through. But that's just me. So, all right. I am in trouble finding my last piece. The other 1x1 gray piece. The rounded edge and a smooth edge. Fenders. I guess I will sort a little bit just because I am having trouble finding that piece. All right. Oh, found it. There you go. And these attach onto those front hinge pieces. Like so. So you have the overhang going back. Looks like you fold it all the way down. Attach the other side. Same thing. And then need my front fenders. Those on there. All right. Now on top of this, we need a 1x4 in red, which is going to go on this side here, driver's side. Wait, oop, there, passenger side. There we go. We need 3 red 1x1 studs. One on the front of both of the fenders. There we go. And then the third one is back here by that 1x4. Finishes that off on the inside. Next, need a 2x4 black. All right. Let's solve that half. Flip the page over. Okay. Need a 1x1 black. And a 1x1 black that's got the clip on the end. Oh, 1x2 with the 2 clips. Alright, the 2 clips are going to go right over those clear wedges. 1x1 is going to go right on the end of it. Next, need one of the 90s. Going to go off of that 1x1. There we go. And then the little T handle. I'm going to clip into those clips right above the clear. And get that in there. There we go. Got that attached. All right. Next, we need 2 1x1 gray little hump pieces. Got the curved tops on them. And 1 and 2. These are going to go on top of T handle piece we just put on. There we go. And then next to that, need a 1x4 in black. And we need the steering wheel. It's going to go onto that T. There we go. And then on the other side, 2x2 slide arch in red. And that finishes off the dash. Now centered, the 1x2 in red, the 90 up. Got it. And we need a smooth 1x2 black on the back studs. And then on the front studs, we need a 1x2 wedge smooth one. There's going to be a downward face on the wedge. So we find the wedge here. All right. All right, I got some 1x1 wedges. Where is the 1x2? And 1x1. Alrighty. This is always the fun part when you can't find the one piece. There it is. 1x2 wedge. Going to be facing down. And this is going to clip into 2 spots in the center there. All right. Now it looks like we're going to start building the front end. All right. So need a 1x2, an upward 90, 2x2 on the side. We need a 2x2 flat plate attached onto it. Smooth 1x1 and a regular 1x1. Smooth goes on the bottom left. Regular 1x1 on the top left. The other side, we need a downward 1x2 90. There we go. Right, top left, 1x1. Kind of lantern shaped one there. All right. 1x2 red, and then a 1x2 with the angle on it. It faces outward on the right side there. And then the 1x2 will attach onto it. All right, set those off to the side for a sec. There you go. All right, 1x2 going down. All right, coming off of that, need a 1x1 block with the 2 pins. Gonna be one facing down, one facing out to the right. Then we're gonna need a orange 1x1 lantern style on the top right, and then a 1x1 red on top of that. Okay. Now we need another one of the 1x2 with the wedge pointing out, and that's going to go on the red stud. Or sorry, the black stud. On the red stud, we need a 1x2. And has a slight arch to it with an angle, but it needs to be a downward angle. So it goes like that, matches with that part. Okay, I'm going to take this, lay it on its side. Back here, we're going to put 1x1 black. On top, 1x1 black wedge. And then off of that 1x1 black pin, another one of these 1x1 black with the 2 side pins on it. All right. So I'll have one pointing up and one pointing back towards you. And then, right, another 1x1. This one has got a pin on the side, rounded on the opposite side. Right here. So I got a pin on top, stud on the side, curved back. That is going to attach onto the 1x1 with the 1 stud pointing back towards you. Okay. All right. You're going to need 2 1x1 upward 90s and a 1x2 flat block. This is my 1x2. Now my upward 90s. There's 1. And there's 2. All right, so on top of this, top of that, we need a 1x4 smooth. I'm just going to lock all those together. And on each end, we need a 1x1 red with a stud on each side, and then a 1x1 red smooth on top of that. So there's my 1x1s, the studs. Now let me find my smooth. There's 1. And there's 2. And I'm going to use the table. Straighten those out, make sure they're nice. Okay, flip it so that the smooth side is facing away from you. Need another one of the 1x1s with the 2 side studs. Put 1 going in. So you'll have One going forward, one up, and one to your right. Now, off of that, need a 1x1 flat on the right side. And on the left side of that, we need another one of those 1x1s that's got the rounded side on it. And the rounded side is going to face down, like so. We got this rounded side down. These are all attached together here, and this is attached into the back of there. We're going to take this. This part is going to attach. The single stud sticking up here is going to go in the bottom there. After you get that all together, it'll look like so. You'll have a single stud and then 4 studs together going across. All right, set that off to the side. Next part, start with another one of the 1x2 90s with the 4 studs on the side. And we need a 1x2 that's got, looks kind of like the grades on it. One side going horizontally, the other side vertically. You want to attach it so that the horizontal side is facing towards you. Now we need another 1x2 downward 90. And there's a 1x2 up 90. All right, 1x2 down. There it is. We go on to the left side of that 2x2. And then on the right side of that, you'll have a smooth black 1x1 and then a 1x1 with the single peg on the top. Find my smooth. There we go. Smooth one on the bottom, stud on the top. Good to go. Now this is going to attach onto here. So, I'm going to take this and attach there. Be like so. Then we need a 1x2 with the downward 90. It'll go over that. We missed a big step. All right, take that back off. So before I put this downward 90 and the 2 1x1s on there, I needed to put a 2x2 on there to space it out. There it is. We'll reassemble that. Smooth one on the bottom, stud on the top, and attach back there. Now, this one with the downward 90 will fit. Now we got a 2x4 going across here. Now we need wedge iron out. So, all right, and building off of this, we need a 1x2 red, which attaches on the bottom. So helps connect all that together. Then above that, need the yellow lantern pointing towards the front. And then a 1x1 with a stud onto the lantern. Good to go. Now, all that together. Now we need a one by one, with the two studs on the side. They're on, one pointing forward, one pointing down. And then in the slot there in the center, we need a black lantern one. Then, oh, sorry. The lantern's going to go on the inside behind the orange lantern. There we go. All right. Now we need a black wedge matched onto the front. Right now, we're pretty much just mirroring the opposite side. So we need another one of the smooth. Kind of wedge on it there. Another one of the 1x2s with the angle on it. There you go. That's the wrong side. There you go. That one's facing the right direction. All good. Now on those orange lanterns, need two of these gray 1x1s. Those are kind of a pain in the butt to get in. There we go. And on the other side, there we go. And then in the center, red 1x4 on the bottom set of those studs. There you go. And then on those top studs, need two more of the clear round 1x1s on the outsides. One, there's two. Then in the center, smooth 1x2. Find one more of those in my pile here. There we go. All right. Then on the outside here, on these orange lanterns with the gray pegs, need two more of the clear wedges. All right. Can I find them? You know what? I made a mistake on that. All the way back here on the inside, I put the two clear wedges on there. Those are supposed to be the gray wedges. So, take my brick separator. See if I can get those popped off there. There we go. Now one, two. Let me get the gray wedges in there. Put all that back together. Okay. There. Put the steering wheel back. All right. That's that. Now I got my clear wedges for the headlights. Those on. Wedges pointing down. Okay. So far, so good. That's where we're at. Now, 1x1 or 1x6 red. And then we need two smooth 1x1s to the center. And then stepping out from that, two smooth 1x1 reds. And there's one. There's two. All right, got those. Now coming off of this, I'm going to take two of the smooth 1x2s that got the slight arch on them. Those are going to finish the end off. We got that now. And coming off of that, two red 1x1 blocks. on each end. Find my second one here. There we go. All right. On the bottom of those, I need a 1x1 black plate. All right. This is going to attach onto this part right over this 4-pin set here, right underneath the headlights. So, try and squeeze that guy through there. There we go. Work it back and lock that on. All right. Now we're at this point. All good. I'm going to set it on its side like this. So we're working on this part on the bottom here now. In the center, need 2 1x2 white smooth plates going towards the front. And then off of that, 2 smooth 90 blacks. There's my second one. And then off of that, 2 smooth black 90s that have an angle on them. So, like so. You just go on each side. Make sure that that angle goes like so. Find my other one. There it is. All right. So now we got that. And we attach this onto the front. Let's go in the very front here. Go in between front fenders. Push the lanterns down. Those will lock on. And in the very center, that'll lock on. There we go. Moving along. Okay. Next part. Need a 1x2 gray. 2 of those. Attach them together. And then we need a 1x2 block that's got 2 studs on top, 2 studs on one side. We're going to attach those grays onto the side studs. And then we need 8 1x1 round plates. 2 stacks of 4. And there's 1. 2. All right, there's my second stack. These are going to attach onto the flat, onto the 1x2 plates. So, and then connecting on the end, on the 1x2 ovals, and gray also. Just like that. All right, flip to the back. Okay, now, attaching onto that, I'm going to put 1 smooth, round, 1x1 gray. And then on the other side, it'll be one of the 1x1 gray round ones that have the little pin coming up off of it. And coming off of that pin, you're going to have a black 1x2 oval shaped one. And this is going to attach on the opposite direction, like so. And this piece will attach all the way down in here on top of the engine. Oop, put that in there backwards. Okay. Reattach that. Okay, so this attaches on back here on the driver's side. Back towards the dash. Okay. On top of that, you need to get 3 black 90s. We have one on each side down here, inside, inside, and then the second one is going to go on the driver's side on top of that. So this way this has us all built up flush, across on the fenders. Now on top of those, we need 1x2s black. One on each side. All right, so that's where we're at now. Now, looks like next step, we're going to build the hood. So we need a 1x4 red and two 1x1 black hinges. So for the hinges, you're going to have a 1x1 with a little hook on one side. You need two of those. These are ones where the hook goes horizontally like this. I have other ones here which are opposite, where it goes the opposite direction. All right. So I got my two hooks, and then the two handlebar ones. Handlebar style are going to attach to that 1x4, one on each side, like so. And coming off of that, we need two red 1x4 smooth and two 1x4 white smooth. White ones are going to go in the center. It's like you'll have one spot going this way, two on the other side. And then the same with the red. And we're good. Now on the bottom side, under that, we need two 2x3 red blocks. Attach those together. And then across the front of that, we need two white 1x2 kind of smooth arch ones and two of the red ones. The white will be in the center again, matching up. And then the red ones on the outside. All right, that's all done. We're going to take that. The back side of these hinges are going to fit in these two holes here. Attach those down. Now, hood can open, or you can just clip it down. I'm going to clip it down because there's some studs right there sticking up, and I don't want it sticking up. All right, two 1x4 red blocks. Go on each side here. Go right behind the orange lanterns. There we go. On top of those, the two 1x2 little wedges. These are going to be pointing towards the front. These are going to go over the headlights. You got one on each side. There we go. And to hold those in place, need two red 1x4 smooth pieces. Attach them down like so. There we go. Now moving back from there, like we're going to build the seats. So this will be black 1x1, red 1x1, and then a 1x1 with a hook that goes the opposite direction. So there's the hook, red 1x1, black 1x1. So it's like black 1x1 on the bottom, red in the middle, one with the hook on the top. All set. Now we're going to take that. I'm going to take one of the smooth 1x2s, has an upward 90, so it's got the two studs on the bottom. I'm going to attach it. Got the clip pointing towards you. The smooth side is going up this way on the outside, and on that, I'm going to put a 1x1 red. Got the little eye hole on the top. Now on the other side, need a 1x1 smooth one with a little arch on it. A little bit like so. Now on that clip, take one of these, the round 1x1 on one side, the straight bar going off of it. Straight bar is going to go into that to where the 1x1 is pointing down. Like so. Okay, so that is done. And this one, the first one that we built, is going to go on the passenger side. And it attaches onto the 1x4 plate that we put on earlier. Looks like you're going to have to slide that over a little. So this is the back of the seat. Now we're going to do the same thing, build the other side. So 1x1 black, 1x1 red, then 1x1 black with clip on it. There we go. Clip towards me. Go. Now I need arch, studs, the red 1x1 with the eyelet top, and then the arch going the opposite direction. There it is. Okay, now another one of the 1x1s with a little arm on it. Put on. Like I needed to slide that all the way over on the last one. Now I got that on. Attach that in on the driver's side. That's the back of the driver's side seat. Okay, on top of those, in the center, like we need a 2x2. Wait a minute. Repeat. All right, so looking at these instructions, looks like, okay, now I understand. You take the 2x2 with the arch, the center pin, and attach going this direction, so you'll have a gap on the back side. And on top of those round 1x1s, you're going to put a square, regular 1x1 black. There we go. One. And the second one. All right. Now, on the sides here, I'm going to take two smooth 2x4. Like you got two studs on the front, one stud on the back. You get that. Same on both sides. Then on the side with the one, you're going to have a 1x2 wedge facing in towards that on both sides. And the front side, you're gonna have a smooth 1x2 and then another wedge. So, on the other side. All right. Yep. Now, up here on the top, on the hood, on the front, you got another wedge, 1x2 wedge, and then a 1x1 wedge. Same thing on the other side. Okay, and then coming off with a smooth 1x4, a couple of these have the outward pointing edges there. Wrong side. There we go. And make sure we got a left and a right. All right, another 1x4 smooth. I'm gonna move to the back here. Good. 2x4. These are gonna go in the center. And then oh, we did not do that correctly. It looks like for some reason this part is up too high. So I can correct that. It's one of the hard things with a set like this that doesn't have super clear instructions. The one downside to these, but there we go. In the picture it shows these being on the same level as that smooth one that we just put in. Now I need 2 1x3s on the outside. There you go. And then we need the rear fenders. Patch that in on both sides there. One thing I am noticing with this is so far kind of flimsy. So hopefully it ties together a little bit better once we get some more parts on it. Before it all gets finished up here. Alright, got that. Now, 1x6 red, 1x1 red with the skinny pin on top. I'm going to go on the third stud. 1x2 red wedge. And go next to that. And on that skinny stud, we're going to have one of these little leg arm kind of things. There you go. All right. Now we need a 1x3 with studs and a 1x4 smooth. Put those together. All set. That one's done. Now we're going to repeat that second time. Go. Another wedge. So this one is just the opposite of the other one. There we go. There we go. And then these will attach on with that arm pointing out. There you go. Like I said, I was hoping I was going to get some more pieces that were going to help tie this together a little more, which that just did. There we go. So now we got the mirrors, top of the doors. All right, moving on back. Need a 1x1 black and a 90 and a 1x2 black and a 1x1 wedge black. So 1x1, the black 90, 1x1, and then 1x2 and a black wedge. Okay, put that off to the side. Now we're going to repeat. Opposite for the other side here. So 1x1, 1x2, and my black wedge. Okay, these are going to attach in right behind the seats. Lock that together even more with those wedges pointing towards the center of the vehicle. All right, moving on back. Almost down to the bottom half of this page. All right, two 1x2 black or 1x4 blacks. Attach there. Two more 1x2 black upward 90s. 1 and 2, these are going to attach in the very back here with the side studs pointing in towards the smooth red plate. There we go. We need a 1x4 black across the top of those. Okay, last little section here. All right, now we need one of the smooth 1x4 reds. And this is going to attach onto the front side of those 90s. There we go. And there. On top of that, we're going to put a red 1x4. Then we need two red upward 90s. Very back. One on each side here. There we go. Now we need a 1x2 in red in the center. And two 1x1 downward 90s off of that. Two red wedges. There's my other one. Okay. And then the two 1x1 red wedges. Move on there. And point this direction down on that. All right, got the red wedges on there. Now we need two of these black 1x2s that have a wedge on one side and a single stud on the back. These are going to attach in right next to those side wedges. I press down all the way. There we go. Now we need a bottom half of one of those black wedges or hinges. Center. Then a blue smooth 1x4. Now 1x2 black top hinge. Okay. Attach on there. And that needs to go down to the blue smooth. All right. Now we need 2 1x1 reds, 2 1x1 whites, and 2 1x2 reds. There we go. All right. Now, the 1x2s, we're going to go right up here on the top of the fenders, going in, like so. Then the red and white 1x1s, I'm going to go red, white, white, red. Going across the back there. On top of that, need 3 wedges, 2 red ones, 1 white one. White one's going to go in the center over those white 1x1s. Red's going to go over the red. When we do this, they're going to point so it's a downhill slope towards that blue smooth plate. Okay. Now, looks like we're going to build the taillights. So we need 2 1x2 black. 1 1x6 black. So the 2 1x2s together, and then in the center of the 1x6. Now on top of that, I'm going to put 1 more 1x2 black in the center. And then a 1x2 with a single stud in the center. And 1 more gray round plate in the center of that. And then our red wedges kind of have the grills in them. 1 on each side. Points up like so. And then this will attach onto the top hinge. Very back here. Now, got our taillights. All right. Got those in. We need 2 1x3 reds. You can go up on each side on the outside here. These attach in through that center slot. All right, now 1x6 red. You go up here on top. Across the top of the taillights. You need 2 smooth 2x2 reds. Each side. All right, now we're going to build another hinge with the white ones. We got a 1x2 with the 2 hooks and a 1x2 with the handlebar. Attach those together. On the side that has the 2 hooks, we're going to do a smooth 1x6. Yep, smooth 1x6. Attached on there. Then we need a smooth 1x2 white on the other side. And 2 1x2 reds on the bottom. And we're going to attach that on over the top. So that's our rear spoiler there. Now on each side here, on these 1x3s, need 1x2 smooth arch for the center. On both sides. On the other one, there we go. And then 1x2 arches, you're going to have a left and a right. So they're both going to point towards that center one. When you do it, make sure you're pointing them in like so. Now goes on the other side. All right, so they'll both go in like that, both sides there. And on top, two more 1x1, 1x4s. One on each side. And on top of that, we got a smooth 1x4. It's going to go all the way back. You're going to have two studs sticking up here. One on that first 1x4 and one on the other. And on that, you're going to have another one of those arch pieces. And it's going to point in like that. Do the same thing on this other side. So, we're good to go. Now, get two of the red bottom hinges, two of the black top hinges. Put those together. All right, and then two of these upright window pieces will attach on. This will end up being the back window. I'm going to take both of these. These are going to go on the back, the very center. And our last white 1x2 wedge. And two more red 1x1 wedges. So when you have those on there, you're looking at the glass, it'll be smooth all the way up this way. The wedges will go down. Then this is going to attach into the back there, like so. And fold it forward a little bit. I'll adjust it to where it needs to be once we get the sides together. All right, so now we got the 1x4 arches. More of these clear pieces now that we're going to be working with. So two 1x1s. Now these, I have one right here, one all the way out on the end. So I have one there, skip one, another one. Do the same thing on another one here. So those are the 1x1s. And under those 1x1s, you're going to do 1x2s. And then the 1x1 bricks. And they're also that tinted clear. There you go. We got both those put together, and then we're going to attach one of those onto each side of the window. Now we can bend that down where it all lines up across like so. All right. Get that attached. Now the windshield. Now across on top of the windshield here. Need 1x4 black. Do 1x2. All right, so looking back through my editing, trying to get this video ready for you guys. Looks like I missed the last 10 minutes of the build on this one. So I wanted to come back, show you the finished product, show you completion here. It's pretty good quality for being a Temu set. Size-wise and everything, it's pretty close to the Speed Champion sets. This one does not come with the minifigure, but still looks pretty good. Does fit on my mounts here that all my Speed Champion sets fit on, so clips on nice like that. These just hook the wheels right in. I'll put a link in my description for those mounts too for the wall if anybody's interested in those. Other than that, that's it. I just wanted to show you guys the finished product of it to finish that video up. All right, thank you. Have a good one.